Let's start today with the Chancellor, Sajid Javid, presenting the new commemorative 50p Brexit coin. There it is, peace, prosperity and friendship with all nations. Some people don't like the idea. Let's have a look at what Alistair Campbell tweeted, the former Labour comms chief. He's against Brexit and was in favour of a second referendum. And he goes on to say, if I could see it here, since I can't... There we go. I, for one, shall be asking shopkeepers for two 20p pieces and a 10 if they offer me a 50p coin, pretending that Brexit is about peace, prosperity and friendship with all nations, given it puts all three at risk. Helen, is it time for people to lighten up?
Yes. I've never felt more millennial about the fact that I don't think I've seen a 50p in months now. Pretty much everywhere that I go is now cashless. But I also just think, are you really going to have an argument with a shopkeeper and say, sorry, my good man, but please, I demand the correct change? I mean, this is the inverse of what Remainers have been going on about Nigel Farage's obsession with the blue passports. These are just tiny... Let Sajid Javid have his 50p coin if it makes him happy.
Is it going to lead to arguments in shops?
Well, I think I really look forward to ultra-Remainers like Alistair further endearing themselves to the population while they create queues in newsagents and demand the correct change. No, I think we need to move on. Danny?
Yes, characteristically curmudgeonly from Alistair is not reconciled to reality. No, we need to... It's a nice little symbol of... It's a very important change, and for many people it'll be a souvenir that they'll keep for years, and good for them.
Watching this, Heidi, what do you think? Do you know what we're talking about, really?
It looks like a bad divorce. Now we're going to send out a coin saying we really do like each other. And so, I think you guys look at it the way you do here in the UK. I look at it the way maybe they do in England or in Europe or in the United States. And this is clearly a message of saying we're still engaged in global commerce.
That is worth reflecting. I mean, the quote is taken from Thomas Jefferson, a quote at the foundation of the American Republic when...
Is it a precise quote?
Not quite. It used the word commerce, not prosperity, but it's inspired by... And the reference is important because then there was a nation leaving a union, the British Empire, and as those two countries parted, they did so after a war. They did so amicably. They created a really brilliant arrangement between themselves, and we've had centuries of peace and prosperity since.
Danny's right. There is an element of Brexiteers, and I voted for Brexit, trolling Remainers with this quote, because the association with Jefferson is designed to suggest that this is similar to America breaking free from the British Empire, and that the UK is breaking free from the European Empire.
Yes, I wouldn't lean too hard on, yay, Thomas Jefferson, a man who repeatedly raped a slave that he kept. I mean, that's the thing. It's everybody wants to try and pick history and use it in their way. But this is a thing that has happened, is not comparable to very many other things in history. But let's leave it there.
I think for the most part, most leavers, certainly most leavers that I know, are not going to be revelling in it too much. If they're gloating fairly quietly and having a drink on Thursday and Friday night. There are various parties in London and around the country, discreet. I think there's one big public event, but I don't think it will have tens of thousands of people at it. Most people accept that last year was incredibly bitter and divisive, and the country does need to find some way of getting along again.
Well, that's on Friday, of course, Brexit Day, but until then it'll all be talk about healing the country and bringing both sides together. It's big decision time this week for Boris Johnson.